Alright guys, game 3 of the Fluffycon tournament, the final game of the day, and when I drew this guy I knew it was going to be a tough game. Of course, having won the last two games, I was put up against an opponent who had also won his games, and it was the Demon guy. With the Daemons army list, arguably the most powerful army in the Warhammer universe at the moment. And of course this is a Fluffy tournament, and of course the restrictions apply to his army as well. He's got to choose an army which isn't like the normal Demons army list, which goes for the best choices in the Demons list. But still, as you can see here, I'm deployed against his units of Flesh Hounds. So I'm going left to right, Flesh Hounds on the left, in the far left. Then there's one of those Fiends of Slaanesh. Then he's got a massive unit of Bloodletters with a Herald of Khorne on a Juggernaut in the middle. He's also got a unit of Horrors, Tzeentch Horrors with a Herald in there. He's got a unit of Furies, Flying Furies. Then he's got the big unit of Daemonettes with the Herald for them, and some, what do you call them, Screamers of Tzeentch, and that's his army. But very compact, very powerful stuff. Of course, I'm deployed here with most of my cavalry out in the flank and the left, deploying all of my Carrion and Tomb Scorpions in a bunch there, ready to just hit him hard on the flank and just try to keep the middle of the army stable while crushing him around from the right left-hand side, and all of my range stuff deployed on the hill. So, well, here we go. This is going to be a tough game, so I'm going to talk you guys through what actually happened in this particular report as soon as I can find the next photo. Here it is. Just going to give you a closer look at his army here. You can see the large blocks of Daemonettes. He hasn't actually quite finished painting his Daemonettes. His Horrors are painted very well, but everything else in the army is just getting started. It's looking very good. A lot of the conversions that he's done here have actually been made from Lizardmen. That's why some of the models look very much like Lizardmen units. And I thought that was very cool. You can see a bit more detail of my deployment here with the archers just trying to get themselves on the hill. They're in two waves. The front, a lot of archers plans to just move beyond the hill in my movement phase if I manage to get the first turn. And we're going to go to the next photo here where you can see a little bit of a better view. In fact, the Chaos got the first turn. Chaos Daemons got the first turn, and he had +1 to his roll because he finished deploying before me, as was expected. You can see the Screamers moving around the side. He's hanging back with his Fury. Oh, he actually hasn't moved the Furies yet. He did move them in his first turn, but just a matter of marching everything forward and firing some spells off. First magic phase, I actually managed to block everything. Didn't take any damage at all, so was feeling very confident after that. Time now to go to the next photo. We'll see what happens next. This is the left-hand flank of his turn 1. Just moving his guys forward, but not too far forward so that he can get charged. This allowed me to some time to just either have the option of charging him or out-maneuvering him, as the case may have been. So here's the Tomb King's turn 1. As you can see here, the Carrion have just flown over beyond the 45-degree arc of charge range for the Flesh Hounds, and just fanning my units out on the left, getting ready to charge them from different angles. And out on the right, my archers just spreading out to shoot down the Furies. Managed to take out most of the Furies there. They're the unpainted flying models in the middle. The Screamers on the right-hand side only lost 1 unit from my shooting, and the Screaming Skull Catapult didn't do too much. So very interesting first turn for the Tomb Kings, but it could have been better. This photo over here sees the next turn from the Demons, just moving closer, and in fact the Furies charged my Screaming Skull Catapult and got beaten back by the crew, so very thankful for that happening. Didn't lose the catapult after all and managed to take out the Furies. So things going well. First kill to the Tomb Kings, and all of the Chaos units just bearing down on me, blasting me with magic at this point. He had this really annoying ability which, if he got it off, will make one of my units suffer from stupidity, and of course with low undead leadership, that really would have sucked. So, let's go to the next picture where we find out what actually happened. I'm just going to bring it up in a second. I'm losing track of where my pics are. Oh, of course, here we go. And this is the picture where he's really just getting straight into charge range. He's moved forward, and this is, I think, Daemon's turn 2. And this is after Undead turn 1, where I've just got everybody in a position to charge next turn. And this is really making or breaking the game. If this particular situation works out alright, I think I can win. By charging them in the flank over here, the Flesh Hounds and the Furies, the Flesh Hound and the Fiend will be charged by the Carrion, Chariots, and a Scorpion. Meanwhile, the other group over here I can charge with a Scorpion, Chariot, and big unit of cavalry. And if that goes in according to plan, I may be able to win this, but we'll see how this goes. Let's go to the next Demon's turn, where the Screamers fly over my units and actually get a bunch of hits on them. Screamers have this ability where they actually do damage to you guys just by flying overhead. Excuse me. but they didn't actually manage to achieve too much there. So in the next turn, here's the crucial phase, and this is where everything happens. Undead charging the demons. So at the left-hand side of the table, we've got the Scorpion charging the Fiend, as well as the Chariots charging the Fiend and the Carrion charging from behind. So you've got 3 different types of units attacking the Fiend, hoping to kill it. And I've got the firepower there to kill it, but would you believe the luck? I think I used up all my luck in the previous game with all the Fanatics rolls, because in this game, I just didn't inflict a single wound on that Fury, that Fiend. Despite having all of the odds in my favor, just couldn't scratch it, and he attacked back, and I just didn't win the combat. So he has an opportunity to charge with the Flesh Hounds in the following turn, and that just really screwed it up. So maybe it was my bad play, maybe it was luck, but not wounding that Fiend at all really sucked, and really caused that combat to go downhill for the rest of the game when I should have just won it outright. In the middle, things also went terribly. The Scorpion charged, the Champion, his Herald engaged in a challenge with my King, and I had the big unit of cavalry charging. I charged there, didn't win the combat, in fact, had some pretty terrible rolls all across the board for that. Didn't really get any kills, maybe 1 or 2 guys. He attacked back, really just massacred me, and I just started getting chomped left and right with all of those units losing from combat res, unfortunately. So that was pretty awful. Let's go to the next picture. What are we looking at here? Oh yeah, I'm just going to skip straight forward to what happens later. So I've just pretty much talked about the decisive stuff in this game, and I think this picture just sums it up. Basically, I've lost my Tomb King, lost all of my Chariots, lost my Cavalry, lost my Scorpions, lost my Carrion. The Hierophant is running away from the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's this is Undead, Demon's turn, and he's just run up in the hill. I have an opportunity to fly away with the Hierophant later, and just showing you guys the next picture. What we have here is the Demonettes charging through, just smashing every undead unit in its wake, killing the Scullipult. Managed to shoot down his Screamers and his Furies, but these Skeletons just getting butchered by the Demonettes, unfortunately, and just an absolute massacre. Let's go to the very last photo, and this is the last photo of the battle report. The Hierophant just flying away, and we spent the last sort of 2 or 3 turns of the game just chasing the Hierophant down. They didn't manage to kill him, of course, and I pretty much ended the game with only the Hierophant left, and man, what a massacre. So that's Demons for you. I feel like I actually could have made this game kind of close if I'd won those first 2 combats, and I had charged him. I had charged each 2 targets with 3 different types of units each, so you would have thought I'd played it as well as I could, but unfortunately luck was not on my side. Karma hits you. I had great luck the previous game against the Goblins and flattened them, but now it was my turn to get flattened, and I got trashed, but still actually doing pretty well in terms of victory points for the tournament. Really looking forward to tomorrow's games, because tomorrow they're going to be evening it up. I'll be getting players that have had a similar record to me, and they should be quite close games, and I'm really looking forward to that, and I'll have reports for you guys if the camera works, of course. See you guys later.